What's up? Big Kirk 916. Positivity, motivation. Never settle for average. You know how we do it over here. Go to bigkirk916.com. Pick up some merch. Represent. Happy 4th. And subscribe to the channel, man. Represent. Share the channel. You know, I was asked by somebody, you know, do I do any drugs, or did I ever drink, or was I ever involved in that type of lifestyle growing up? And you know, I never got into that. You know, I made some bad choices, but smoking weed and, you know, getting high or trying to experiment with coke or drinking, it just never really appealed to me. I was always searching for something higher in myself, and I didn't know what it was. Even when I was out hustling, doing my thing as a youngster, I was trying to figure something out. I was trying to figure out how to, I don't know, reach a higher state of consciousness. Now looking back, even though what I was doing wasn't a higher state of consciousness, I thought somehow by making money, it would elevate me in a conscious sense, and I would be able to somehow attain something beyond my current surroundings. And, you know, I lived in a fantasy world a lot of the time, in the sense that I was always in the books, different magazines, certain TV shows, trying to figure out how could I live that life, how could I be a part of that life. Travel, jet set, nice home, nice cars. And it took me down some roads that led to some places that I would have rather not have went to. But if it wasn't for those choices, I wouldn't be here today sharing with you guys. And I'm still searching. And I'm still working on building my consciousness to the next level. I think it's an ongoing process. You never stop. I'm always looking for people that I can get under so I can be mentored still. You know, I'm always looking for someone who has knowledge. I listen to a lot of things. It could be a younger person. It doesn't have to be somebody older than me that I can learn from, because you can learn from anybody. You can learn from a baby. You can learn from a child. You can learn from an animal. You know, I look at sometimes animals when I see them at the zoo, and I think about, man, I know what you're going through, man. I know it's rough, and what true freedom will look like. I've seen where they just released this chimpanzee that had been in captivity from birth, and its expression the first time it's seen the sky. It's crazy, man. The first time this chimpanzee has seen the sky in its life. And that's the feeling I felt when I got out the feds, and my mind was in a better place. And so when I got out this time, I felt like I was truly free. Free in the sense that I understood things differently, even though I didn't have all the answers. You know, in 2008 when I got out, I knew a lot of different things. I had studied many things in prison and tried to maximize my time, but I wasn't fully developed as far as a spiritual being or a conscious being. And, you know, once you realize that's an ongoing process, you will continue to learn on your journey, because your journey is the process. I don't think it's the yacht or the big house or the cars. It's the journey that leads you to get there. And so, you know, not doing drugs, not drinking, not smoking, not poison in my body in that sense. I felt that anything I did put in my body, I wanted it to elevate it in a sense where, if I was smarter or stronger or something like that. So I tried to feed myself nutrition, in a form of good food, vitamins, nutrients, stuff like that. Read as much as I could about health, because everybody I noticed that were older, that had abused their body by drinking a lot when they were younger, it didn't appear to be well. Their bodies were broken down. They were tarnished from that what they put into themselves. So I think long term, and 50 now, I continue my journey, and another 20 years and I'm still looking the same, because I refuse to age, and I can walk upright and still go to the gym and do the things I love doing, drive my cars and spend time with my wife. I want to be able to be an example to others, and being an example is leading by example. But I'm not perfect. I know there's still things I'm working on, and I acknowledge that, and that's the first step of fixing those idiosyncrasies about yourself, is acknowledging that you have those. But I just think that a lot of times people get caught up in wanting to find acceptance and fit in, so they do a lot of these things, or they justify these things to not deal with the core issue. Oh man, I got to do this to deal with this old injury, and really it's not the injury, it's just a psychological trauma that you're trying to cover up or pacify. So you say that you do these drugs or you drink to handle that, but there's something deeper. And I'm not trying to be self-righteous and say that you can't enjoy, if you want to enjoy a drink here and there, I mean, that's your business, man. I don't mind going to the bar, talking to people, meeting people. I'm not going to judge somebody because they do drink, but I've been around alcoholism, I've been around people doing drugs, sold a lot of drugs, and I just choose not to engage in that type of activity. And I tell young people all the time, I mean, when you accomplish something and you're in your right state of mind, you do something in a clear conscience, it's more rewarding. And when you do have that clear conscience, maybe there's a different choice you make. Maybe if you're not on those pills, you're not high or under the influence, maybe you won't go and do that crime or drive under influence or beat up somebody or hurt your wife or your kids or your girlfriend. So drugs has an impact on your ability to make the highest choices, just like alcohol. And alcohol is the worst drug, because I know people that I care about that are destroying themselves because they're functioning alcoholics. They make a lot of money, and they feel like nobody can tell them nothing. And a lot of people who make more money than people who don't think that because they make more money, that a person who's trying to advise them on something with lesser money has no importance. And you never want to write off the person because you think you're financially above them when they're trying to do something that's going to help you. And drugs and alcohol does that. I've had many friends in my life, and you try to tell them certain things and advise them positively on their behaviors, and they look down on you because they're wealthier than you, so they feel they're better than you. And don't let money fool you into thinking that it can protect you from your health, because you can have all the money in the world and your pancreas could be failing, your kidneys could be shutting down, your liver could be rotting, your heart could be on the verge of collapsing, and you can have all the money in your bank account. So I just choose not to do drugs. I want to live life at an elevated state. And like I said, I'm not perfect, man. I still work on myself and try not to get too caught up in my own thoughts to where I sabotage myself in a sense where I overthink certain things or feel that I'm not competent in certain areas. I try to sit back and be thankful for gratitude for what I do have, and just enjoy the journey, man. And if you enjoy the journey, maybe you'll think about, hey, you know, I don't need these things to validate myself. You don't need to drink to have a good time. You don't need to drink to conversate or do drugs to be the man of the hour. You don't need those things to make you somebody. But hey, it's all your choice, man. I'm not here to tell you what's best for you. I'm just sharing my experience and why I don't do drugs or drink, and I try to keep my body as pure as possible. But you know, what is that? You know, I drink lemonade here and there. I don't add sugar or anything, but you know, I don't micromanage my diet either like a bodybuilder. So I just try to be the best I can be for who I am. But young people out there, just know that eventually anything you put in your body has to somehow excrete itself as a waste. And a lot of these things, when they come out, they're toxic and they're in your cells and they become trapped in your body. So therefore your body creates other things to try to release these from your vessel. So the less you poison your vessel, the less it has to work to just deal with the nutritional elements that it has to excrete to keep you at optimal performance. A beautiful morning. I'm just enjoying it before it gets too hot, and I thought I'd share this with you guys because I'm always just thinking, you know, what can I share? And maybe if I would have heard some of these things, it would have helped me out on certain choices. So, Big Herc 916, positivity, motivation. Hello, my name is Big Herc 916, and I'm with the Wash Your Ass Committee, and I'm traveling across America helping people wash their ass and get their booty holes clean. And I have with me here today Wash Your Ass Soap, and this one in particular is Butt Naked Scrub, but I also have Festival, Oatmeal Milk and Honey, Jamaican Me Crazy, Monkey Farts, and all these scents smell very good. They will help cleanse your body of funk and also make you feel better about yourself. So if you can go to BigHerc916.com, you can pick you up a bar. And my goal is to help America combat funk. Go to the Herc store at BigHerc916.com and pick you up a bar of soap so you can wash that ass, or pick you up some Never Settle for Average merch or some of the Muscleup Car Lifestyle merch. We have hats, Never Settle for Average, got the Muscleup t-shirts. We also have the Never Settle for Average tank tops. Got the Muscleup Car Lifestyle hoodies. Got the beanie caps. Hey man, represent. And I know you guys aren't average, so pick you up some swag and step your game up. Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.